Your dreams are not random thoughts or fleeting desires. They are assignments placed before you, carefully tailored to your life, your talents, and your purpose. Every dream carries a message that you are capable of more than you realize, that you are meant to step into a higher version of yourself. When you treat your dreams like assignments, you begin to see them as responsibilities, not just wishes. They demand attention, effort, and respect. They are not optional hobbies. They are missions that require your commitment. When you wake up each morning, your dreams are waiting. They are waiting for you to act on them, to invest your energy, and to prioritize them over trivial distractions. Dreams are silent teachers. They test your patience, your courage, and your determination. They will push you into situations that force growth. When you view them as assignments, you stop making excuses and start making progress. Every challenge becomes a lesson, every setback a stepping stone, and every small victory a sign that you are moving in the right direction. Dreams as assignments demand accountability. You cannot hand them off to someone else or postpone them indefinitely. The clock is ticking, and the world will not slow down for your hesitation. You are the one responsible for bringing your dreams to life. This responsibility is both empowering and daunting. It means that you have the power to shape your future, but it also means you cannot blame circumstances, other people, or luck when progress falters. Your dream requires ownership. When you treat dreams as assignments, effort transforms from a chore into a strategy. You begin to plan, organize, and execute with intention. Every decision you make is filtered through the lens of your purpose. You stop wasting time on distractions that do not serve your vision. You start saying no to what doesn't align with your mission and yes to the actions that move you forward. Every task becomes meaningful because it is directly connected to fulfilling your assignment. The concept of dreams as assignments teaches discipline. Dreams will not wait for your mood, your motivation, or your convenience. They require action regardless of how you feel. Discipline is the bridge between desire and reality. It is the engine that keeps you moving when the excitement fades and the novelty wears off. When you embrace your dream as an assignment, you develop the resilience to work even when progress feels invisible, knowing that persistence compounds over time. Viewing dreams as assignments also reframes failure. Setbacks are not signs that your dream is impossible. They are evaluations of your strategy and effort. Each obstacle is feedback, each mistake a correction. You begin to approach challenges not with fear or avoidance, but with curiosity and problem solving. Your dream teaches you to adapt, refine, and improve continuously. Assignments require learning, and learning requires courage to face failure head on. Your dream as an assignment creates urgency. You no longer postpone action because of the right time or perfect conditions. You understand that delay is the enemy of progress, and that opportunity favors the prepared and the persistent. Every day counts. Every moment spent hesitating is a moment lost. Assignments demand timelines, milestones, and measurable progress, forcing you to stay engaged and accountable to yourself. Dreams as assignments also build character. They shape who you are, not just what you achieve. The journey challenges your patience, humility, and integrity. It forces you to grow internally as well as externally. You discover strengths you didn't know you had, confront weaknesses you've avoided, and cultivate the resilience necessary to navigate life's uncertainties. The assignment is as much about the person you become as the outcome you achieve. Treating your dreams as assignments changes your mindset. You stop thinking in terms of luck, fate, or entitlement. You begin to think in terms of strategy, effort, and execution. You recognize that the dream exists for a reason and that you were entrusted with it because you are capable of fulfilling it. This perspective replaces fear with responsibility, hesitation with action, and doubt with confidence. Ultimately, seeing dreams as assignments transforms how you live every day. Every choice, every effort, and every sacrifice becomes purposeful. You operate with intentionality, knowing that your dream is not just an idea, but a task to be completed. The world may not recognize your efforts immediately, but persistence, consistency, and focus accumulate in ways that eventually manifest into undeniable results. Your assignment is clear and your role is non-negotiable. Focus is the single most powerful tool you possess when it comes to achieving your dreams. It is the lens through which you filter out the noise, the clutter, and the endless distractions that seek to pull you away from your purpose. When your mind is scattered, your energy is wasted. Opportunities pass unnoticed, and potential goes unrealized. Focus demands that you decide what matters most and commit to it fully, ignoring everything else that does not serve your highest goal. Distraction is everywhere. It comes in the form of social media, endless, entertainment, competing priorities, and the opinions of others. It whispers to you that there is always something more urgent, something easier, something less demanding than the work required to achieve your dream. But yielding to distraction is a choice, and every choice to divert your attention is a choice to delay your success. Focus requires that you consciously reject these diversions and direct your energy where it counts the most. When you focus, clarity emerges. The path forward becomes visible, even when it seems unclear to others. Focus allows you to prioritize tasks, distinguish between what is essential and what is trivial, and channel your efforts into actions that produce measurable results. Without focus, even the most talented person can wander aimlessly, while a focused individual can accomplish extraordinary things with limited resources. Focus over distraction also builds momentum. Each concentrated effort compounds over time, creating a rhythm of progress that accelerates success. When you commit to one task, one goal, one vision at a time, you create a chain reaction that propels you forward. Distractions, on the other hand, fragment your energy, slow your progress, and dilute the impact of every effort you make. Focus turns small, consistent actions into monumental achievements. Mental discipline is a byproduct of focus. To maintain focus, you must train your mind to resist temptation, delay gratification, and embrace the discomfort of concentrated effort. This discipline becomes a habit, and habit becomes identity. You start to see yourself as someone who finishes what they start, someone who is unshakable in the pursuit of their goals, and someone whose vision is bigger than the fleeting distractions of everyday life. Focus also sharpens decision-making. When your attention is directed at a clear objective, you make choices that align with your purpose. You no longer waste time on indecision or second-guessing. Every choice becomes a strategic step toward your goal rather than a reaction to outside influences. Distraction clouds judgment, while focus illuminates the path with precision and confidence. Another critical aspect of focus over distraction is emotional resilience. When you concentrate on what matters, you become less affected by criticism, negativity, and the chaos around you. You learn to prioritize the opinions and feedback that truly serve your growth while dismissing the noise that does not. This emotional clarity strengthens your resolve and keeps your attention fixed on the long-term outcome rather than the temporary discomforts or judgments of the moment. Focus enhances creativity and problem solving. When your mind is not scattered across multiple fronts, it can dive deeply into challenges and generate solutions that others miss. Distraction fragments thought processes and reduces mental bandwidth, but focus allows for insight, innovation, and strategic thinking. The deeper your focus, the more capable you are of overcoming obstacles and turning challenges into opportunities. Time itself becomes more valuable when focus dominates distraction. You recognize that every hour spent fully engaged on your purpose has exponential returns. Multitasking and scattered attention produce minimal results, but deep, uninterrupted focus multiplies productivity and accelerates progress. Focus transforms ordinary hours into moments of extraordinary impact, making you unstoppable in the pursuit of your dreams. Ultimately, focus over distraction is a choice that defines your destiny. It is not just about eliminating what is irrelevant. It is about directing your energy, attention, and resources toward what truly matters. Focus transforms your intentions into results, your dreams into reality, and your potential into undeniable achievement. It is the difference between living a life dictated by chaos and living a life engineered by purpose. Consistency is the engine that drives success, far more than fleeting moments of perfection. Many people wait for the perfect time, the perfect plan, or the perfect skill set before they take action. not realizing that perfection is often an illusion that delays progress. Success does not come from flawless execution. It comes from repeated, deliberate effort over time. Each day you show up, even imperfectly, you build momentum, develop skills, and move closer to your goal. Perfection is a trap because it creates hesitation. You tell yourself that unless everything is aligned, you cannot start. You postpone opportunities, delay decisions, and allow fear to dictate your pace. Consistency, on the other hand, teaches action. It says, start now, improve as you go, and let progress be the measure of your success. The world rewards those who keep moving, not those who wait for the stars to align. Consistency transforms small actions into massive results. When you commit to daily effort, even in minor ways, you create a compounding effect. A single effort may seem insignificant, but repeated over days, weeks, months, and years, it produces outcomes that far exceed any one perfect attempt. Skills are sharpened, confidence is built, and opportunities begin to multiply because your reliability makes you visible to the right people and circumstances. Consistency also develops discipline. It trains your mind to value effort over excuses, action over procrastination, and persistence over comfort. Discipline born from consistency allows you to stay on track even when motivation wanes. Motivation is fleeting, but consistent action is permanent. Those who achieve great things are not always the most talented. They are the ones who show up day after day, even when the work is difficult, boring, or uncertain. Imperfections become lessons when consistency is prioritized over perfection. Every mistake, misstep, or failed attempt is a chance to learn, grow, and adjust your approach. Perfectionism fears error, but consistency embraces it as part of the process. The most successful individuals are those who understand that mastery is achieved not through flawless execution, but through persistent refinement. Each attempt, no matter how imperfect, is progress. Consistency builds trust, both with yourself and with others. When you reliably show up, deliver results, and honor your commitments, people begin to see you as dependable. This trust opens doors to collaborations, partnerships, and opportunities that perfection alone cannot secure. Your consistency communicates character, professionalism, and an unwavering dedication to your vision. Patience and resilience are cultivated through consistent effort. There will always be setbacks, delays, and obstacles, but consistency teaches you to keep moving regardless of circumstances. Every day you persist, you strengthen your ability to endure challenges, recover from failures, and maintain focus on the long-term goal. Without consistency, even the best ideas remain unrealized and unrealizable. Consistency over perfection also fosters confidence. Each repeated action, each small success reinforces your belief in your capabilities. Confidence grows as you witness tangible results emerging from your sustained effort. In contrast, perfectionism breeds doubt, comparison, and insecurity because it measures worth against an unattainable standard instead of real progress. Consistency is the pathway to mastery. No one becomes exceptional overnight. Mastery is the accumulation of repeated actions, intentional practice, and persistent effort. Perfection may make you freeze, but consistency ensures that every day contributes to your growth. Skills are strengthened, understanding deepens, and excellence becomes inevitable because it is forged in daily focused practice rather than in sporadic bursts of flawless execution. When consistency is embraced, life itself begins to transform. Habits, routines, and behaviors align with your purpose. Your energy is directed toward productive endeavors, and the results compound to create exponential growth. You realize that it is not the perfect moment, perfect plan, or perfect action that matters most. It is the unwavering commitment to show up, try, and improve every single day. Action is the bridge between intention and reality. Dreams, plans, and goals are meaningless without the steps that bring them to life. It is through deliberate action that ideas take shape, paths reveal themselves, and opportunities appear. Action creates alignment because it forces you to prioritize what truly matters, to clarify your vision, and to bring your intentions into the tangible world. Without action, even the clearest plan remains invisible and ineffective. Taking action allows you to see what works and what doesn't. Theory and intention are limited. Only through doing do you gain feedback, insight, and clarity. Action reveals gaps, exposes weaknesses, and uncovers hidden strengths. Each step taken refines your understanding of the path ahead. The alignment between your purpose and your daily choices becomes visible only when you engage in consistent, intentional activity that moves you closer to your goals. Action creates momentum. Every effort, no matter how small, generates energy and builds forward movement. Momentum transforms effort into progress, and progress strengthens belief. When you act, you break inertia, overcome fear, and begin to attract circumstances, people, and resources that align with your objective. Without action, potential remains stagnant, and alignment with your dreams stays theoretical rather than real. Alignment also comes from the clarity that action provides. The process of doing exposes priorities, highlights distractions, and shows you where to focus next. When you engage with your purpose through tangible steps, you start to see which decisions, habits, and relationships support your growth and which ones pull you off course. Action acts as a compass, constantly adjusting your trajectory toward the life you envision. Action is transformative because it trains your mind and body to operate in harmony with your goals. Each deliberate step builds confidence, skill, and resilience. You start to internalize the values and behaviors necessary for success. The more you act, the more naturally aligned your choices become with your aspirations. Alignment is not a passive state. It is cultivated through persistent intention. Action that reinforces your purpose. Action forces commitment. The very act of doing something tangible for your goals signals to your mind that you are serious. Commitment deepens alignment because it eliminates indecision and excuses. When you act, you stake a claim in your own life and demonstrate to yourself that your dreams are worth the effort. This creates a feedback loop where each action strengthens your sense of purpose and motivates further action. Taking action also brings accountability. Once you move forward, you must respond to outcomes, adjust strategies, and measure results. Accountability sharpens focus, drives discipline, and ensures that your efforts are aligned with meaningful objectives. Without action, accountability is absent and misalignment goes unnoticed, leaving you disconnected from the outcomes you desire. Action is the catalyst for opportunity. When you start moving toward your goals, doors that were previously invisible begin to open. People, resources, and experiences converge around those who act decisively. Alignment emerges naturally because the universe responds to those who engage, contribute, and commit rather than wait passively for circumstances to be perfect. Action builds resilience. Challenges, setbacks, and obstacles are inevitable, but those who act consistently develop the ability to adapt, persevere, and stay aligned with their purpose. Each action teaches lessons, strengthens resolve, and creates patterns of success that become habitual. The more you act, the more equipped you are to maintain alignment even when external conditions are difficult or unpredictable. Finally, action transforms intention into reality. Dreams remain abstract until they are acted upon. Goals remain distant until effort bridges the gap. Alignment is achieved not through planning alone, but through repeated intentional steps that bring your vision into the physical world. Action creates a living connection between who you are, what you want, and the life you are building, ensuring that every choice, effort, and movement contributes to the manifestation of your purpose. Commitment is the foundation upon which success is built, far outweighing the role of luck. Many people attribute achievements to chance, timing, or favorable circumstances, but the truth is that consistent commitment is what positions you to seize opportunities when they arise. Luck may appear to favor some, but it is commitment that prepares them to take advantage of the moment. Without unwavering dedication, opportunities pass by unnoticed, wasted, or unclaimed. Commitment creates consistency. When you commit to your vision, you develop habits and routines that steadily move you toward your goals. Every day becomes an opportunity to make progress, no matter how small, and each effort compounds over time. Luck is unpredictable, sporadic, and unreliable, but the results of sustained commitment accumulate steadily, producing outcomes that are far more significant than random chance could ever deliver. Commitment also builds resilience. Challenges, setbacks, and failures are inevitable in any meaningful pursuit, but those who are committed do not waver. Commitment teaches you to persevere through adversity, to rise when others quit, and to keep your focus on long-term objectives. Luck cannot sustain you during difficult times. Only commitment provides the mental strength and tenacity necessary to continue despite obstacles. Those who rely on luck wait passively, hoping for external circumstances to shift in their favor. Committed individuals, on the other hand, take responsibility for their outcomes. They actively create conditions for success, make deliberate choices, and take consistent action. Commitment shifts your mindset from dependence on chance to ownership of results, ensuring that your achievements are a product of your effort rather than mere coincidence. Commitment strengthens character. It tests your integrity, discipline, and perseverance, shaping you into someone capable of handling success responsibly. Luck can give temporary advantage, but it cannot instill the habits, mindset, and fortitude necessary to sustain achievement. True success requires not just opportunity, but the ability to execute when opportunity appears, and that ability is forged through unwavering commitment. Commitment aligns actions with goals. It forces you to prioritize, to eliminate distractions, and to focus on what truly matters. When you are committed, every decision, every effort, and every resource is directed toward your purpose. Luck does not provide this alignment. It is only through commitment that your energy is channeled effectively, maximizing your chances of success and ensuring that nothing is wasted. Commitment also multiplies opportunities. People recognize dedication and reliability, and doors open for those who show persistence and dependability. Networks, partnerships, and collaborations are drawn to those who demonstrate unwavering commitment. Luck may occasionally introduce opportunities, but commitment ensures you are prepared and positioned to capitalize on them fully, turning chance encounters into meaningful achievements. Commitment drives mastery. Skill, knowledge, and expertise are developed through repeated effort, practice, and refinement. Luck may offer a shortcut or a temporary advantage, but it cannot replace the deep proficiency that comes from sustained commitment. Every hour of focused work, every trial and error, and every lesson learned contributes to mastery, building a foundation for enduring success. Commitment instills patience. Results do not always appear immediately, and those who rely on luck often give up too soon when instant success does not materialize. Committed individuals understand that progress is incremental, that small, consistent efforts compound over time, and that persistence is what transforms goals into reality. They recognize that time, effort, and perseverance outweigh random chance in creating lasting achievement. Finally, commitment creates freedom. The more you dedicate yourself to your purpose, the more control you have over your life and outcomes. You are no longer subject to the whims of circumstance or the randomness of luck. Each decision, action, and effort becomes intentional, reinforcing your ability to shape your destiny. Commitment is the engine that converts vision into reality, effort into results, and persistence into achievement, ensuring that your success is earned, reliable, and enduring. Immediate action is the spark that turns ideas into reality. Dreams, plans, and intentions hold no power until they are acted upon. Waiting for the perfect time, the perfect conditions, or the perfect moment is a trap that steals your progress. Every day you delay, opportunities pass by and momentum is lost. Action taken now, no matter how small, creates movement, shifts circumstances, and sets the stage for future success. Procrastination is the enemy of progress. It convinces you that preparation must be flawless, that circumstances must align, or that motivation must strike before you can start. But life does not wait for readiness. The most successful individuals recognize that immediate action transforms uncertainty into opportunity. Starting now creates clarity, exposes challenges early, and accelerates learning. Each step forward generates feedback, insight, and direction that waiting could never provide. Immediate action builds confidence. Action eliminates doubt because it ES in action with evidence. When you move, You prove to yourself that you are capable of executing, capable of overcoming obstacles, and capable of making progress. Waiting fosters hesitation and self-doubt, while doing reinforces belief in your abilities. Confidence grows not from thinking or planning alone, but from consistent, tangible movement toward your goals. Taking action immediately develops momentum. Each step taken compounds with the next, creating acceleration that propels you forward. Momentum transforms small wins into larger achievements, energy into inspiration, and intention into reality. Delays, on the other hand, allow fear, indecision, and distraction to grow stronger, making it harder to start later. Immediate action ensures that the energy you possess is harnessed at its peak. Immediate action clarifies priorities. When you start moving, you quickly discover what matters most, what works, and what does not. Action reveals obstacles, highlights opportunities, and forces decision-making. It transforms abstract ideas into measurable results and vague goals into tangible milestones. Without action, priorities remain theoretical and progress remains invisible, leaving you wandering in uncertainty. Action combats fear. Fear thrives in inaction, feeding on hesitation and uncertainty. Every step you take, no matter how imperfect, diminishes fear and builds courage. Immediate action forces you to confront challenges head on, teaches resilience, and strengthens your ability to navigate adversity. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to act despite it. And that decision must be made now, not later. Immediate action teaches discipline. It conditions your mind to operate in a state of accountability and purpose. By choosing to act immediately, you train yourself to resist procrastination, delay, and distraction. Discipline grows through repeated practice, and each instance of timely action reinforces the habit of consistent execution. The more you act without hesitation, the more natural productivity, focus, and intentionality become. Action attracts opportunity. Those who move decisively create visibility, generate interest, and invite collaboration. People, resources, and favorable circumstances gravitate toward those who are engaged and committed. Waiting for luck or perfect conditions keeps you invisible, while immediate action positions you in the flow of opportunity, ready to capitalize on what appears and capable of turning chance into achievement. Immediate action accelerates learning. Theory and planning provide only so much insight. Experience teaches lessons that cannot be imagined. Each decision, each attempt, and each step forward generates feedback that sharpens understanding, refines strategy, and enhances problem solving. The faster you act, the faster you learn, adapt, and grow. Waiting slows growth, while doing propels you ahead of competitors and circumstances. Taking action immediately creates ownership. When you act, you take control of your destiny, claim responsibility for results, and define your future. Delay abdicates power to external forces, circumstances, people, or random events. Action reestablishes control, reinforces accountability, and aligns effort with intention. It transforms ideas into reality, potential into progress, and vision into measurable achievement, making the path to success tangible, actionable, and inevitable.